Hello guys, my name is Cyber33 and we are going to create this beautiful user interface by Kivy. As you can see, we have custom button, custom font, and custom background. Let's say I want to attack NASA or maybe google.com. The best thing about my tutorial is that you can scale the window to any size that you want on any screen you want. Fonts, labels, progress bar, all buttons and images are perfectly scalable. You can run your program on Windows, Mac, Linux, Android, iOS, everything that Kivy supports. And your program is going to work perfectly. At this point, I have to say, don't worry, we are not going to actually attack anyone. My purpose is to make this tutorial as interesting as possible. What will you learn in this video? You will learn about Kivy syntax. In this way, you can separate the backend and front-end codes to keep your project more organized. The only layout that we need is box layout and float layout. You will learn how to use text input, how to use labels to show your desired variable or desired text. Also, the buttons, you don't use text or color for the button. Instead, we use image. You will see how progress bar works, how to get and set variables between front end and the back end. And most importantly, how to make everything scalable so you can run your program in any device. So let us get started. As always, we create a new folder, which is our project folder. Every assets like sounds, pictures, fonts, and your Python file should be in this folder. As you can see, we have two versions of each button. One is normal state and one is pressed state. This is my background image and other images that we need. I will put the download link in the description in case you want to use my own asset. Okay, open your VS Code and install this Kivy extension. It could help us a lot. It's not perfect, but it's helpful. Then open your project folder. Create mycode.py. Do not forget to install Kivy package. Use pip list to see the versions. My Python version is 3.11 and my Kivy version is 2.2.1. Create new Kivy file, not Kivy, just Kivy. Write your own Kivy version like this. From kivy.app with lowercase a, import app with uppercase A. from Kivy.core.window with lowercase w, import window with uppercase W. We need a new class with any name, and you must write app at the end in the parentheses app. Both app are with uppercase A. It's better to set the window size here. Otherwise, you can also leave it empty, just write pass. If I run, you will see I have no window. My program ended without any error. Copy this attack and rename your Kivy file into this name. Your Kivy file and your class app must have identical names. We need box layout. From kivy.uix.boxlayout, import box layout. Please pay attention to the uppercase and lowercase formattation. Create a new class with any name from box layout. Attack app, parentheses, dot run, parentheses. Copy your box layout name, go to your Kivy file, and write these two lines like this. And we are done. Our window will show up now. Okay, let's add a beautiful background here. Remember, Kivy is much like Python. Don't write your codes like this. We are inside my box. Tap, canvas.before. Inside of it, tap, rectangle with uppercase R. Inside of rectangle, again, tap, size, colon, self.size, and source, which is inside of pic folder, and the name of background is green.jpg. It's perfect. Now we are going to add elements to our window. Inside of my box layout, I have horizontal orientation. This is how we define a button. Button has a text and a size. I'm not using size because size is not scalable. We use size hint. I leave it with none for now. Orientation is horizontal, so I have three buttons, button A, button B, and button C from left to right. This is ordinary button that people use, but what we do is we set size hint. Size hint is a percentage between 0 and 1. Let's set every Y to 1, and button B with 2x, button A and C into 1x. Let's see what happens. All buttons has same Y size, but X size of button B is twice as big. Let's set Y size of button B to 50%. I want to have empty space on left and right. How should I do it? "10% from the left, 10% from the right, and middle is 100%. But you can see it's scalable, okay, but it's not empty. How should I do it? Remove the text and convert button into label, and that should work. What is label? Label is just a space to show your text. Like this, you have C on the right and empty on the left. If I change the window size, our space is going to change. Okay, I don't need it. But how to have vertically 4 buttons instead of just B? We have to create a box layout instead of button B. This one is vertical. Then create 4 buttons. One for level, one for target, one for text area, and one for progress bar. This is what we wrote instead of button B. Let's see what happens. It is good. Let's complete text area and progress bar. This is how you define a progress bar. And if we need to access the value of progress bar, we need to set an ID. And the same thing for the label. We set an ID. We have font name and font size. My font name is cre.ttf in the main folder. So cre.ttf. For the size, I write self dot height divided by 3. In this way, if I change the height of window, you will see my font size is changing as well. Perfect. Colors in Kivy are RGB, red 1, green 1, blue 1, opacity 40%. This is transparent white. Let's add some empty space on top of level. Run for X size and 40% for Y size, also on top of target. Now I have my beautiful transparent white and my beautiful empty space on top of target. Let's convert target button and level button into horizontal box layout, which contains one minus button, one image button with twice X size, and one plus button. Copy and paste the same thing for the target button, like this. X button and Z button instead of minus and plus. Everything is good except the separation between buttons. Let's fix it. As you know, we are inside of horizontal box layout, so I can add empty label with size hint 70% X size and 1 for Y size on the right of minus button. Copy and paste the same thing for the right of image for the X button and the second image. I got my separation, but I want bigger image button. 3x, 3x, Congratulations, you made the buttons. Now we are going to change the images and create custom button. Let's go. For each button, add 3 things. Background underline normal, pick folder slash background underline down, unrelease, which means what to do when I release the button. I leave it empty for now. I don't need any text. I just use my pictures like this. And I'll do the same thing for each button. It is working very well. Now we are going to create images. Write image with uppercase I in the source, pick slash level.png. Do I need to stretch? Of course, true. Do I need to keep ratio? No, false. You have seen size hint, but also we have pose hint, position hint. How does this work? We have to center the X and center the Y by a percentage, like this. Center X, like dictionary, 50%, comma, center the Y, 50%. Okay. Copy and replace on the second image button. But this one is target.png. That's good, but how to show a text input or a label on top of these two images? We have to use float layout. Size hint belongs to float layout. And inside of float layout, I have image and I have text input. It has some text and it has ID. Center the position as well. It's done. Same thing for the level image. This text will show us the current level of attack. Set an ID. 15 is a default level. And center the position. This is my text, and this is text input on top of two image. Change the position. Let's move them downward. It is time to change the size and change the font. Set a size hint for text input. Set multiline to false. Horizontal align to center. We don't have realign, so we use padding with this code to center the text inside of text input. Change the font like before. And font size is equal to window width divided by, let's say, 12. Now, when I change the window width, you can see font size is getting smaller and bigger. I think 12 is good, but you can change it if you want. And I want to do something when I press enter on the text input. Now I'm gonna change the font for the level label. For this one, I want to change the font size with window height, not width. There is no rule. You can change something and do something else to see what is your proper font size and position. Let's move it a little bit upper and make the color black. One red, one green, one blue, 100% opacity means white. Position is much better now. But I want black, 0 red, 0 green, 0 blue, 1 opacity. When I change the window height, the font size will change as well. Perfect. Front end is done, but in the back end, I want a function for minus, a function for plus, a function to reset, a function to get and set the target, and attack button. Define your function inside your box layout class. Now it is the time to call these functions inside your Kivy file, which is the front end. You must type root dot your function name with parentheses. Do the same thing for each button. For plus button, for reset button, for target text input, and for attack button. How to change your front end from your back end? How to access these labels and values on the front end? In order to do so, you need something called object property. From Kivy.properties, import object property. Now I can identify my front-end object by their ID. Level ID, target ID, text ID, and bar ID. Inside the box layout class, create an object property from the exact same name of your IDs. I repeat, with the exact same ID. And do not forget to add the parentheses and double quotation at the end of your object property. From now on, my only focus is the back end. I have nothing to do with the Kivy file anymore. Let's run to see what happens. Oops, I got error. You know what is this error? This is the most stupid error you can get. Type self for each function. Okay, I have two global variables, one for level of attack, one for the target, which I want to attack. Decrease the level inside of minus function if it is not equal to 1, because I don't need and don't want a negative level. Also, set the level text to this variable by self IDs level ID dot text equal to string of level. This is the exact address of my text for level. Let's see what happens. Okay, I got another error. That's because I made some mistakes in my Kivy file. Here, I had some typing error. Level, not level. Oh my god. Haha, now it is working. Do the same thing for plus. Increase the value. I don't want it to be bigger than 33 because I'm cyber 33. Okay. On target function, I need access to text input and get the text input and put it into the target variable. So target variable equals to self dot IDs dot target ID dot text. When I press the attack button, simply I want to increase the progress bar value by 25. If my text input, my target text input is not empty, or my target is not empty. To change the progress bar value, do as before. self.ids.barID.value plus equal 25. Another thing I want to do is changing that big text on top of my progress bar. self.ids.textid.text equals to level and level variable attack on the target variable and my progress bar value and percent. Let's see the result. NASA enter and attack. Level 15 attack on NASA is in 25%, 50%, 75 and 100. It is working perfectly. The only thing that remains is my reset function. Don't forget to mention it is the global variable. Don't forget that. clear the target, set progress bar value to 0, replace the big text to the default text, which was cyber attack progress. And finally, clear the target text input. Congratulations, you made it. This is the final result. Everything is beautiful and working perfectly. Now I want to destroy Google. Level 13 attack on google.com is at 25% and it is done. The reset button, and my attack is not working good until I give it another target, which is Microsoft, obviously. And you can download the resources and the source code of this project on my GitHub. You can find the link in the description. That's it for this video. If you want to learn how to create multiple screens, I already made a video on that. It takes only 6 minutes to watch. If you enjoyed this tutorial, don't forget to like the video and subscribe. Thank you very much for watching. See you in the next video. Goodbye.